Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FAF with one and only Endrani. I know, it's been quite a while from the last one, but hey. Considering that for whatever the reason, the casters are not picking any good games to watch lately, and instead are picking just some meh replays, I had to go and actually come back out of the retirement and go and cast a good game for a change of pace. So well, here I am, and hopefully I will stay for a little while longer than the last time. But anyway, we might be wondering, what is this map? Well, it's a random map from the Roxy's map generator. And honestly, it is quite fun looking at it. And if you look at the black border near here, it should be quite clear this is 15 by 15 map, so not an often met size for the map, but hey, it's actually quite nice to play because it's still bigger than 10 by 10 and not as overwhelming as 20 by 20. So, when it comes to the reclaim on it, there is some 28,000, which is just fine enough for this kind of a map, even more so when a lot of it is in the middle, so we will have both teams actually go and try to go and grab this reclaim here, maybe even steal some from the enemy. But when it comes to the bigger layout of the map, we can actually see that there is just enough passages and little pathways for the units to go and sneak by. So hopefully it won't devolve into some kind of Astrocrater gameplay, especially in the middle, which is just wide open. As such, I doubt that any of the teams will be capable of bunkering down in here with a few T2PDs or something. And as we can see, the map is symmetrical, so the left side is exactly the same as the right one. Also, we have two small plateaus in the middle that will have to be grabbed by either making, just like this guy here, by making the cliff build factory, or by simply dropping some engineers in a transport. So, who are the players that are playing today? So, for the top team, on the right part of the map it's gonna be Gortaur playing Aeon in beautiful sky blue color. Up to his left, it's gonna be no one else but Chama 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 Chama, also known as Yuri, playing Seraphim in beautiful manly pink. Up to his left, on the middle spot, we have Trandan playing Cybran in beautiful fresh orange. Then, to his left yet again, it's gonna be no one other but Mr. Unknown playing Aeon in nice cyan color. And then, last but not least, for the top team, is gonna be Oro Kamono, also known as a fool or simply Congreve, playing Aeon in a nice steel grey color. Now let's see who are your opponents. Now, on the left flank for the bottom team, we have Aleg Nagyob Kirai, simply known as Aleg, playing Seraphim in beautiful yellow color. Then, to his right side, we have no one else but Mr. Uncut 005, playing Seraphim in navy blue. Then, on the middle spot, we have no one else but Jagged Appliance, playing Seraphim in bloody red, his favorite color. Then, on the air spot, in the middle, we have FTX Commando, playing his beautiful UEF. If this man is not playing UEF, I have to say he has to be sick. There is no other way around that, because this guy only plays UEF and he's playing in beautiful pure white. Then last but not least, for the bottom team is gonna be Maker Noob, playing Aeon in a lime color. A little refreshing choice for the bottom team, considering all of the other colors are a little bit meh. But let's see what is happening. We have a bomber coming out for Alec, already with attack order issued, so we will see if it's actually gonna go and deal some considerable damage or not, because it's beelining straight for the enemy base, which might not be the best idea considering that there's interceptors on its back, already shooting away, and yep, it seems like not even a single drop is gonna be bombed, or rather dropped, by this little guy. Now, let's take a look at what is happening on the middle, as we can see that all of the middle players are actually making a big T1 spam for now, making sure that they can actually take control over this reclaim here. So we will see how will it go, especially as the middle of the map is actually in the control of Unknown, as we can see his Aurora Force slowly moving deeper and deeper, while there is nothing at all to go and stop it. But on the left flank it seems like Mr. Alec, instead of opting for the big T1 spam, he's gonna go for the gun upgrade on his ACU and then push together with it. So we will see if it's gonna pay off or not, because he still doesn't have the land production up and ready. Only 3 T1 factories producing units for him. So who knows, we will see. Also, it seems like the plateaus are gonna go for the top team for now, but the bottom team is not gonna go and give it up. We can see a small drop consisting of a single tank and 2 engineers for Mr. Jack the Appliance. But the question is, can it stop the already built factory by Mr. Unknown? The little tank is gonna open fire on the enemy engineer, turning its gun, and now the shots are being fired. It seems like Unknown is not gonna react on time, as he's still building T1 engineer in his factory. Oh boy, that's not a good sign, because it looks like you might actually go and lose your control over this plateau. But worry not, because his AC right now is dealing a little bit of a damage to the units belonging to Uncut, making sure that the enemy forces on the middle can no longer harass you. Okay, Alec is under heavy fire by the enemy Auroras, although it seems like the gun upgrade is gonna get finished just fine. As it 99%, 100%, and here it is. It is now Aurora who will have to keep on running away. After all, if you wanna go and deal with the pesky Auroras, just get the gun upgrade on an ACU and call it a day. After all, they are paper-like and doesn't have much range against the gun upgraded ACU, so yep. Keep on running, little ones, otherwise you're gonna get slaughtered just like this. So, let's take a look at what is happening in the middle, as we can see a small intrusion happening from Mr. Trandan. Although I don't think that this amount of Mantis is gonna be enough to deal any lasting damage, even more so. We have 2 ACUs coming in to intercept them. That is being FTX Commando and Jack Appliance. And they're gonna go and deal with them just fine. All they're gonna do is kill a single Not even a single T1 max, baby. 2 HP left, all calculated. You do not fuck around with Mr. Jack the Appliance like that, Trandan. You just don't do it. But on the left flank, Mr. Alec Kirai is still pushing in quite hard with his ACU. Quite lonely, if you ask me, because it seems like he doesn't have much support in the manner of units or anything. Even more so when you can see Mr. Fool getting the double Guncom upgrade on his Aeon ACU, meaning that it's gonna be really hard to make a push against this position here. As such, I think that Alec will actually have to deal a little bit of a damage and then fall back. After all, a simple gun upgrade on the Seraphim ACU is nowhere enough to actually go and withhold the onslaught by the enemy Aeon double com. And yep, we can see that Mr. Alec is actually fully aware of that, and he's slowly but surely retreating to the safety of his own reinforced positions. Now, when we look at the right flank, it seems like Mr. Gortaud is firmly in control of his own plateau. And we will see what else is he gonna go and do now, considering he have the double gun upgrade on his little ACU, and also quite a few Auroras in the mix. So hopefully he's gonna go and try do some push shenanigans or something. We can see him killing the T1 mechs, also getting rid of a few enemy units. But the T2 upgrade on the ACU belonging to Macronov is gonna mean that the Oblivion turrets are gonna be erected just in time. And as such, Mr. Gortaur is gonna go and say no, I'm not gonna push it now, my Auroras are not meant for this kind of a work. And as such, we can see him slowly pulling away, just reinforcing his position here, securing the Nexus and calling it a day. So, let's see how the air players look. Mr. FTX Commando going for the T3 upgrade already. Meanwhile, in the top team, it's gonna be not unknown. It seems it is gonna be Mr. Trandan who's gonna be playing the air. Although I'm not sure if you wanna be upgrading your T3 HQ on just T1 pigeons. Unless you have some pigeons somewhere else. I can see you have the T2 upgrade on your ACU, but where is your power coming from? I mean, I guess you just have all of this stuff here to go and produce the power. But I don't see any T2 pigeons for you, but hey. It seems like there is some action on the left flank, as Mr. Orokamono is pushing in with his double Guncom, while Alec is slowly but surely conceding some of the map control to him. After all, you do not wanna go and fight against the Aeon Guncom without having a lot of T2 units or anything, because otherwise your T1 units are just gonna go poof up and smoke. Nano repair being actually queued in. Although I'm not so sure about this position here. After all, the Guncom belonging to Orokamono is just close enough, but it seems like he's not aware of the upgrade happening. And as such, he's just gonna be happy to go and deal some damage to this little expansion here. And after that, he's gonna go and fall back. It seems like Jack the Appliance is already with the T2 com on his own. Slowly but surely being trailed by the FTX Commando. And it seems like they might be trying to go and secure the middle of the map for the bottom team. Meaning just a few more T1 maxes for them. We can see the Ilshavok fighting away at the enemy Mantises. And as such, Trandan will have to slowly but surely fall back and gather up a little bit more units for himself. But so far it seems like he's gonna go for the T2 PD creep to try and secure the position for himself, but the gun upgrade for Mr. Jack the Appliance is nearly done. Courtesy of his own T2 suit upgrade, not to mention FTX Commando also helping a little bit with this upgrade. And now we can see that he's gonna walk in straight into the T2 PD fire. But a single T2 PD is not gonna be enough against this piece of an ACU. The gun upgrade is done. Not to mention the additional HP and regen from the T2 suit, meaning that he can just go in and tank the few T2 PDs that Tranan have here. Just slowly moving in deeper and deeper. We can see his Ilshavok firing away at the enemy Mantises. And putting them in one by one is not the play, man. It's not the play. You should just go and concede this position here and try to make a fire base somewhere a little bit further back. Now, the double gun ACU coming out from Mr. Unknown is gonna go and support Mr. Trandon on the middle, dealing some damage to the ACU belonging to FX Commando. But the Ilshavoks are coming closer and closer, and as such, you might want to actually go and fall back a little bit. And it seems like the air support is not gonna be nowhere enough to go and deal with it. Okay, the ACU belonging to Mr. Jack the Appliance is on the prowl. It's going to exchange shots against the Unknown. The overcharge being fired, and we can see damage being dealt, but it seems like the T2 units for Jack are already here, already firing away at the enemy units, and the few Auroras that are here to go and support the Unknown ACU are just not gonna matter much. The ACU belonging to Unknown dropping lower and lower, 1k HP, 500 HP, and kaboom baby, the first victim of the game is Mr. Unknown, as his ACU explodes in a beautiful white explosion. Good job, Mr. Jack the Appliance, good job. And right now we can see that his ASU is dropping really low, only 50% HP left, but it seems like on the left flank we have Orokamono extending fire against Alec Nobu Kirai. Meaning, oh boy, this is looking really bad. He's still in the range of the enemy ASU, not to mention his units are not trying to go and block the gun com belonging to Alec, meaning that, oh no, this is gonna be a kill. He's not doing anything to stop the ASU, he's not blocking it at all, and right now his Aurors are just gonna go and die to the enemy forces. The T1 tanks going to Alex are closing in. He's trying to go and close and block the enemy ASU, but it's gonna be way too late and way too little. The ASU dropping to 300 HP, 200, 150, overcharge being fired, and a kaboom, baby! The fool is dead. I repeat, the fool is dead. As Alec is making the push in harder and harder, we can see he also has some T2 flag in his little unit mix, also some Ilshabok, so yeah, this is gonna be really hard to go and stop it. The T2 maxes are gonna go and fall down, and I'm not sure if there is anything to go and stop him for now, unless there is gonna be some T3 air support. This guy here is not gonna stop. Let's go and take a look. Okay, never mind, there is some T3 air in here, as we can see the Boiler already firing away at the enemy ASF, trying to go and fend off for itself, but it is not gonna happen. But it seems like there are already T3 units on the field, as there is the Sprite Striker, the Aeon T3 Sniper bot, already killing away the enemy T1 units, not to mention a few Harbingers on the field, dancing back and forth, not to get in the range of the enemy ACU. As right now we can see them clearly killing away the enemy T1 units. The Striker is gonna go and fall down, a little bit of a miss micro happening. But still, it seems like the left flank is gonna be safe, just like that. There is gonna be an airfight happening, we can see the ASF flying over, but it seems like, oh no, FTX commander just shoot over the enemy ASF. And it seems like his Alpha doesn't have the vision on them. It seems this is gonna be a really bad fight for him. His ASF are dropping one by one. Not to mention, the Interceptors actually getting shot down and tanking the shots for the enemy ASF. As such, Mr. Alec, you have to go and run away from here. You have to run away, otherwise the T3 air might be just enough to make sure to kill you off. We can see a little fight happening in here as the single ASF, oh no, it's gonna get shot down just like that. A few little nasty Harbingers are still on the tail of Mr. Alec, but I don't think they're gonna be capable of dealing any damage to his ACU. Let's go and look at the middle. There is a few Ilshabot coming out from Mr. Yudi, but they're gonna get fended off by the Beast ACU belonging to Mr. Jagged Appliance. As not only he have the gun upgrade and the T2 suit as he had before, also there is nano on it. Meaning he's gonna regain like 100 HP per second, and oh boy, that is a lot of HP and regen to chew through. Let's look at the right flank, because it seems like nothing much is happening in here, although wait, there is some Serenity artillery here, slowly but surely trying to pound away at the enemy firebase belonging to Macronoob. Yep, a beautiful fire, as we can see that this little T2 shield is under heavy fire, and I can't use the camera for shit. But yeah, it looks really nice when you see this big artillery shells being lobbed over the air and the Aeon shield just pulsating. There is a T3. Oh boy, this is gonna be juicy. This is gonna be juicy drop. 5 Harbingers in a T3 transport. Let's see where are they gonna go and fly. Okay, he's gonna go and pick up just a few more. So while he's trying to go and load up his T3 units to the transport, let's take a look what is Alec doing, but it seems like he's gonna be just fine. There is a T3 engineer from Uncut supporting him, meaning that the SAMs are gonna be erected one by one, meaning that the T3 area is no longer gonna be enough of a threat for Mr. Alec to have to fall back. Okay. The Harbingers have been dropped, the 3 of them that is, and let's see if they're gonna go and deal any kind of damage. The Mexes are unprotected. Okay, never mind, the T1 PDs are being built right now, but is it gonna be enough to go and stop them or not? As the Harbingers of Doom are coming for your Mexes, the shields are up and we can see that they're on the Mex target priority, gonna go and focus the enemy Mexes first and foremost. There is one Harbinger for the Mr. God Tower, but it seems like the T2 Mexes are gonna die. The first one is dead, the second one is also dead. The third one also dies, and now it is the fourth one. So we can see that this was already quite a good raid by the enemy. Also, never mind, they lost not just 4, they lost 1 more. So a lot of good damage being done by this little drop. And it makes me happy to see players actually going for this kind of a cheeky plays at this stage of the game. But well, that would be it for this raid, so let's go and zoom out and see what is happening. Never mind, it seems like I just missed an airfight happening. And it seems like it was Mr. FTX who won it, because when we look at the ASF belonging to Trandan, there is only about 7 left. Meanwhile, FTX have a massive 32 ASF for himself. Not to mention, there is a big push happening by Jack the Appliance with his beastly gun club. Of course supported by a few T2 units of his own making, but hey, it seems like he's not gonna stop for now. As even more and more map control is being considered by the top team. Although it seems like the left flank is gonna be in a little bit of a stalemate as the striker bots are hitting the field, meaning that you will have to bring in some T3 air, or even better, some T3 artillery to go and deal with this bad boys. After all, they're quite overpowered if you ask me. But hey, it's an asymmetrical balance that we have in this game, so nothing we can do about that, at least for now. Meanwhile, it seems like Mr. Yudi is going to go and build a little T2 artillery base on this plateau. That is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 T2 artilleries, and oh boy, that is basically full T3 Mexes worth of mass, so hopefully this is gonna go and pay it off. And never mind, it seems like it's already paying off, it just managed to go and destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 T2 Mexes are down to them, so yep, the artillery already paying off. Meanwhile, Jack the Appliance, being the beast he is, still not stopping at all, pushing in harder and harder with his ACU. But I'd have to say, he have to go and actually watch out, because the sniper bots are on the field, like I said, and they're the biggest threat to your guncoms. Harbingers, even bricks, might get overcharged, but you're never catching up to the sniper bots. And oh boy, is it a big T3 army here for Mr. Trandan. It's a big T3 army, so we better go and make sure that your little Guncom ACU is safe from it. We can see some T3 gunships coming up for Mr. FX Commando, making sure that the enemy can no longer go and push with impunity. But let's go and take a look at the mass income for both teams. It seems like the bottom team is firmly ahead, over 200 mass per second more. So this is not looking that good for the top team. A small pause for Mr. Jack the Appliance. And goddammit, I can already feel my throat giving up. You can see that I didn't cuss in a long time. But I have to say, I really do like how the right flank is basically just being chilling, not extending fire or anything. Just had a small T3 arty war for a second, and that would be it. That would be it. So let's look what Yudi is up to. Oh, Yudi, you are so disgusting. Spamming all of these T3 sniper bots together with shields. Don't you have any shame or anything? Oh my, there is an Etota being built. And it's nearly done, 80% on it. Meaning that it seems like there's gonna be a push happening somewhere on the right flank. Or maybe in the middle. But we will see. Yudi asking Gortaur to actually go and control K these walls. So it seems like this position here is from where Yudi is gonna go and launch his big attack together with this little T3 army supported by the Etota that is just about to get finished here. Yep, 95% done. And soon enough it's gonna be marching against the enemy team. But FTX Commando is actually just making really good work for now with his air control. Although the question is, considering he's been building T3 gunship, does he still have enough ASF to go and actually go and cover them? 73 ASF for him. Meanwhile, Trandan with 72, so the ASF numbers are already equalized, meaning that if an F5 were to happen, it's gonna be a 50-50 depending on how good the players are. The Etota have been just finished for the top team, meaning that Yudi is about to go and launch his attack through this position here, so let's see how it's gonna work out. And oh boy, that T2 artillery is really doing good job, because it seems like Mr. Jack the Pliant is having really hard time in having his little fire base here stay online. Okay, never mind, the ASF are closing in as both players are dancing around the enemy, this big T3 land army. And we will see if the airfight is gonna happen or not. Although considering there is a flak in the mix in here, I don't think that FTX Commander will want to fight this airfight on this spot here. After all, there is way too flak in here, meaning he would be better taking it somewhere in these spots here. Oh, never mind, there is an Ahwasa being built by Mr. Uncut, trying to go and get rid of this little fire base here, because it's been a real pain in the arse for the bottom team. Killing the enemy mexes over and over. It's gonna drop one more bomb. And kaboom, there goes half of the units and buildings there. Oh no, but here comes the airfight. And it seems like Mr. Tranan had a really good first strike in here, meaning that FX1 is gonna go and start a fight with few ASF. There is a lot of flak in here in the mix, but it seems like the Mr. Tranan is having way better turns happening. It seems like the ASF forces belonging to FX1 are just gonna get decimated one by one. As you can see them all falling away, even with the flak support, this is not gonna be enough. The skill difference is just too high. Skill issue, as they would say in Halo. But yeah, it seems like the airfight went to the top team. Meaning that not only the Ahwasa, but also the little T3 gunships are gonna have to go and hide somewhere else. Because the ASF... Oh, what a beautiful bomb from this Ahwasa, dealing a lot of damage. But this might have been its last bomb drop. No more bomb drops, man, because the ASF are here and on its tail. Yeah, the HP bar is just disappearing one by one a second. The last try to go and drop the bomb on the enemy ASF, but it's not gonna happen. Ahwasa is down and just exploded. The ASF are coming in here to go and try to save it, but it's not gonna be enough, as the bottom team simply have not enough ASF to win this fight, even with the interceptor mixed in to go and take a few shots for the... No, never mind, it's actually looking pretty good. It's looking way better for the bottom team, as it seems like the air production being way closer to the bottom team is gonna be the difference, as we can see the reinforcement happening, coming in one by one. But like we said before, Yudi was making a big army to go and make a push from the right flank. And it seems like he's gaining considerable map control in here. As his Etota is coming closer and closer. Although worry not, there is a Galactic Colossi for Mr. Macronum, meaning that it should be actually an even fight between these two armies. Although let's take a look at the sniper bot count, because this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Yudi, stop doing it. I'm losing faith in you. Abusing sniper bots just like that, and let's see, Macronum only have 9 of them. That's a lot of difference. Basically, Yudi with over double the sniper bot's ammo, meaning he can keep on dealing out damage from far away. The T3 gunship are gonna go and try to deal some damage to the Etota, but the ASF incoming from Trandan are gonna go and shoot them down. The airfight is gonna go and happen over all of this little flag, not to mention the T3 lightning tanks for the Yudi, meaning that this is not a fair fight. And yeah, it seems like Mr. Commando is gonna go and lose this fight. Way too much AA in here, way too much AA on the land forces. The lighting tanks dealing a lot of damage. But here comes the land force for the bottom team. The Galactic Colossus is finally in range and gonna go and start dealing out damage. But oh no, I'm not sure if you wanna actually go and keep on falling back, because the moment you try to kite back, you're just gonna get shot in the back. The sniper bots belonging to Yudi are just dealing so much damage to the forces belonging to Mr. Macronum. And right now, even the Etota is opening fire on the enemy Galactic Colossus. This is looking pretty bad. This is bad, as we can see the Galactic Colossus losing more and more HP, only 30% HP left. And the big army belonging to the top team is not stopping at all. It keeps marching in. Even the siege tanks are already in firing range as the Galactic Colossus is gonna go and drop to its knees. And then face plant its head into the floor. Goodbye, little one, goodbye. But it seems like this is not the end. As Yudi and Gotter are actually gonna go and fall back and turn their eyes into the side of the enemy Etota, this time belonging to Mr. Uncut, so it seems like it's gonna be experimental against experimental. But the supporting T3 army is just so much bigger for the top team. Ravagers from FTX Commando opening fire on them. We can see the ASF on the sky covering both experimental units. But I'm not sure if this is the best idea to just walk in your chicken like that, because it's gonna go and die to all of these units in here. Meanwhile, on the left flank we have Alec with his own Etota and land army pushing in, dealing as much damage as possible while the enemy air player is focused on covering the right flank. Also, one more Galactic Colossi being built by Macronub, meaning that the big T3 land army belonging to Yuri is still not gonna break into the enemy base. But it seems like the left flank is also becoming a hotspot. Oh no, there is a Char experimental aircraft carrier being built by Mr. Trandan. And I don't think the bottom team have the air control to actually go up against all of this. 120 ASF for the Trandan. And 93 for FTX Commando, meaning there is no way to go and shoot down this Char here. Meaning that this little bad boy in here might actually just go and die to this big floating donut that is closing in. We can see the beam opening up fire, and yep, the Etota is the target. But let's go back and see what is happening on the bottom part of the map. As we can see that Mr. Yudi is not gonna go and stop, he's gonna keep on pushing in here. The Galactic Colossi belonging to Mr. Macron is dropping below 25% HP, only 10% HP left, and it's gonna go and fall down to its knees. And just like its predecessor, it's gonna face plant to the floor. As such, it seems like there is nothing to go and stop this big incursion happening on the right flank. Just look at this big army. It is not gonna go and stop. Let's take a look at the economy for both teams, as it seems like the top team is still over 200 mass behind the bottom team, which is not great, Also, never mind, there is another challenger coming up, this time belonging to Mr. Jagged Appliance. And who's gonna go and win this bout? But it seems like the sniper fire is just so decimating, as the chicken belonging to Jagged is gonna go and fall down in a matter of seconds. 10 seconds! That's all it took to go and kill an experimental unit. Oh boy. Oh boy. This unit is not balanced. Balanced team, please, do something about this. Do something about this little Twinkie boys. I don't wanna see them in my games. They are horrendous. Please, remove them. Also, it seems like there was an airfight happening somewhere. Oh boy, it seems like Alec is right about to go and die, as the experimental aircraft carrier is opening its fire upon him. And there it is. Kaboom! The third victim of this game is gonna be Alec Nababekirai. Although, thankfully, the char is out gonna go and fall down. Just not fast enough. Not fast enough to actually go and mother. But let's go and take a look at what is happening on the right flank, because there is action all the way happening. As we can see that Yuri is not stopping. His units still marching on. Now, destroying all of the remnants of the Makranub base. Also, it seems like there is even more units in here, as there is one more Etota being built, already done and fighting it chest to chest against the Etota belonging to Jagged Appliance. And it seems like maybe, just maybe, we will have the first experimental unit dying for Mr. Hachamachama. Also, it seems like the Klinghammer battery might be in a little bit of a trouble, as we can see. Oh god. You can hear I'm losing slowly my voice. And here, another Etota, this time for Jagged Appliance, trying to go and stop the incursion happening on the right flank. And oh boy, is it a lot of units. It's a lot of units, and it seems like Mr. Peterbji is gonna go and fall down. A little bit of a friendly fire happening, as it seems like the Etota have died. And it's been crushed by a friendly fire from the enemy, from the friendly ass-washer. But there is an airfight brewing in, as we can see the ASF belonging to Mr. Tranan actually going in for the little Akwasa. Is gonna go and drop one more bomb, killing a few more sniper bots. Good riddance, but it's gonna go and fall down just soon enough. Although it's job been done, the ASF for Mr. Commando taking off. Are they gonna go for the airfight? Nope, they're not gonna go for the airfight. So let's see what is happening in the... Oh boy, Yudi, what are you doing here? You little cheeky cunt? How many boys do you have here already? Let's see. 30 Ras boys already made. Oh boy, that's a lot of mass invested into them. Who knows, maybe investing that mass into units would have allowed you to already break into the enemy airbase. You have managed to go and finish off the base belonging to Makranub. But the question is if this is enough to go and win the game, because it seems like there is some more experimentals coming into the left flank, and there is also a big T3 land army just waiting for the others. But the bugs from Trandan might actually be just enough of a deterrent. You don't see these units often on the field, but hey, it's nice to see them once in a while. A big gross bugs, straight from the Cyber Nation. Another char happening. This time going for the middle. And it seems like there is a lot of mass to be reclaimed here, and we can see all of these units trying to go and scoop up as much mass as we can. That is before... Wait, do I see a fat... Yes. That is a fat boy in the distance, meaning that Mr. Commando is finally gonna have enough firepower to go and deal with the pesky sniper bots. After all, Fat Boy is like the only useful unit against the sniper bots because the T3 artillery is requiring way too much micro to actually be useful. But I have to go and say that this flank is looking juicier and juicier with each and every passing second. Just look at the amount of units in here, all of the experimentals, all of the ASF in the air. You can see that the storm is brewing in here. And finally, with the Fat Boys hitting the field, it seems like the top team is gonna be forced to actually go and make some space and room for the bottom team to finally get a breather. But let's go and take a look at what is happening with the char. Where is it going? What is the reason for it to be alive? Okay, never mind. It seems like the T3 gunships are gonna go and try to deal with the enemy T3 land army. But it seems like they're gonna go and take a lot of damage in return, as we can see them dropping way below half HP. As there was a lot of flak in here in the mix, but the flux is already dead. Wait, what is happening here? Why are you pushing? Okay, never mind, it was just an Ahwasa. For a second I had thought that it was a single Etota pushing into the enemy forces, but if it's an Ahwasa dropping a bomb and making the U-turn, that is understandable. And it seems like there is two of them. The Bombu is dropped. Bomb the drum, Pumet. Oh, is it gonna die? No, it's not gonna die. And oh boy, it seems like this Ahwasa, they either didn't drop the bomb or the bomb actually got killed by the enemy AA fire. We're gonna see the Ahwasas making the U-turn, recharging their bombs, and yep, here comes the second Bombu drop. Bomb is dropped and we can see, beautiful, dealing a lot of damage to these forces belonging to Mr. Yudi and Gortaur. But there is an ASF fight happening here, and we can see that the victory is actually gonna go most likely to Mr. FTX Commando, because there was a really bad turn happening for Mr. Trandan, not to mention parking your ASF over all of the SAM emplacements. That's not a good idea. Another bomb being dropped by the Ahwasa, although I didn't see it explode or anything. But it seems like bottom team is actually finally catching a breather. Although I'm not sure for how long, because the Ahwasas might get shot down at any moment by the enemy ASF if they use the stealth capabilities of the Southern ASF. But the amount of experimental units on this flank is actually enormous. There is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 experimental units for the top team. Meanwhile, the top team, god damn it, the top team have 5 experimentals. Meanwhile, the bottom one have 1, 2, 7. 7 experimental units on the field. 2 Fat Boys. And then a cavalcade of the chickens. Look at them. All ready to go and rumble. Here they come. Is the top team gonna take the challenge? Are they gonna go and fight? For now, no. Right now they're just gonna go and fall back and regroup. Most likely trying to go and use their snipers to go and deal some damage to the opposing forces. But we will see if it's gonna work out or not. Let's go and take a look at the most important thing in the game. That is the amount of Razboys for Yudi. That is, oh boy. This is nearly 60 Razboys for them. God damn it, Yudi. You're living the good life. 1,200 mass ready in his pocket. Okay, it seems like the little bugs are also gonna go and try to reinforce the right flank. So it seems like this is where the war is gonna be either won or lost, as both teams are pouring more and more resources into this little plateau here. You could really go and call it the funeral plains. You can see as the units belonging to the top team are slowly but surely marching in. It seems like Mr. Jack the Appliance and FTX are gonna go and try to kite it back for now. They are not taking the chances. They're not gonna go and fight just yet. Not yet, not yet. They need to go and use their Ahuasus to actually go and soften up the enemy, not to mention using their fat boys to go and gain some advantage. And no. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. The fight is happening. All of the experimental units are fighting this. Bumping chest to chest, we have 2 chickens actually falling down. Oh boy, this is a mayhem. Just look at this. All of the experimentals, the ion storms are being unleashed as the chickens are falling one after another. And it seems like the bottom team is actually losing it. They are losing it. The forces belonging to the top team are actually marching forward. The Galactic Colossi are just too much to chew through it like that. The ion storms are raging in. I repeat, they are raging in. The Galactic Colossus belonging to you is gonna go and fall up to its knees, and then another one is falling down. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Even Ahuasa dropping by. Oh. What a fight. Another one is dead. Oh. What a mayhem. Holy shit. And it seems like there's even an air fight happening, as it seems like Mr. FT is gonna go and try to go and kill off the enemy bugs. As there is 3 bugs happening here, the ASF are actually going in one by one. But the bugs are not falling down, and it seems like there's way too much AA for the top team. This air fight is just... oh no, was this even an air fight or was it a mistake? As it seems like the air forces belonging to the Mr. FX command are gonna get killed off one by one, and here comes the nuke launcher. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! There was an Ahuasa strike happening. Actually, Mr. Magnum just managed to go and snipe the enemy. SMD is still alive. The SMD is still alive, but it seems like the... ooh... that's not how it works. The Eras boys have way too much HP, but the thing is that the SMD is still alive. They managed to go and snipe one of the enemy air players, but it seems like the nuke going for the enemy, for the bottom team air raid. I don't see an SMD. FTX Commando, it's minute 14 and you still have no SMD. Oh boy, it seems like the whole air raid is gonna go up in flames. Oh boy. Such a mistake for FTX Commando not having the SMD ready at this time of the game. But also it seemed like the other nuke was actually going for the enemy land army, as we can see that the bottom team was trying to go and destroy it. But the airfight is still raging in, as we can see the ASF belonging to FTX Commando going for the enemy bugs, and they're falling on one by one. They're gonna go and steal it. Finish off one of the enemy fat boys. But it seems like there is wait, there is a nuke going for the... wait, the SMD is not ready. The SMD is not ready, it's not loaded. There is this Scud has nearly 30% build, and it's the SMD wasn't. Oh no! Not only the Scotties, all of the boys. Oh, all of the boys are dead just like that. So tragic. And it seems like there's even more Ahuasos going for the base belonging to you, as he says, goodbye, sweet lord, the game is over. The game is over, as he Control Ks and all of his boys, all of his land factories are gonna explode up in flames, and Gortar is also bowing down as the bottom team somehow managed to go and win this game. And holy hell, this fight. And it seems like the game just crashed. Oh boy. The replay just crashed at the last very moment, but still, what a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game. GG, well played. It was a really pleasure to go and to watch it and cast, so yeah. See you next time, and hopefully I won't stop recording casts because, well, they're actually quite fun. I just need to go and find some time for them, so yeah. Hopefully, see you next time.